So I figured I'd share with you the latest upgrade to my Telecaster, which are Seymour Duncan Vintage Stack pickups. I've had this Tele for a while now, and like a lot of my guitars, it's been modded heavily. I have Graphtec ratio tuners, a Wilkinson bridge with compensated saddles, black pickguard, a chrome switch tip, and Boston MBTA subway tokens installed in a very heavily knurled set of knobs, shallow strap locks, and underneath the control plate, all new pots and capacitors as well too. Now, the stock pickups on this guitar were okay, and I did swap them out at one point for a different brand of hum canceling pickup, but I was really underwhelmed with those. Anyways, back to this though. Part of the video I hate doing. If you like this channel, hit the subscribe button. The bell icon will let you know when I put up a new video. I've noticed that over 98% of my viewers aren't subscribers, so if you could hit that subscribe button, that'd be great. If you like this video, give it the thumbs up, and if you want to share it, there is a button for that as well. Really appreciate it if you could do that, because the YouTube algorithm may not keep sending you my videos when I put them up, and may not let you know when I have a new video that goes up. So if you do that, you'll be sure not to miss out. Now, back to the Tele. So not to muck about, I decided I'm just gonna get some new pickups. And the big question was, what kind of brand to go with, which one? Now, I know I wanted hum canceling single coils, which really narrows the playing field. And I went with Seymour Duncan with the vintage stacks. As I mentioned, I wanted to maintain that single coil character, and their hum canceling Strat pickups have that same idea. They're stacks, and I have them in my Stratocaster, and they've worked out quite well. And I did think about going into something like a set of hot rails, but usually bladed pickups like the hot rails will end up with more of a humbucking tone because the coils are side by side, and they definitely have a little bit more of a humbucking tone. When the coils are on top of each other, like in a stack, it's only one magnetic field, and that generally helps maintain a truer single coil tone. At least that's what a engineer at Seymour Duncan told me a very long time ago. And I was very lucky because Adam at AF Precision Setups has a Tele with hot rails, and I was able to play around with that for a little bit, and I was able to recognize that the hot rails are really great pickups, but that wasn't the sound that I was looking for. And in fact, it helped solidify the fact that I was probably on the right path going with the stack pickup. Now, with the new Duncans, this sounds wonderful. It's that big Tele sound without the hum. The neck pickup is robust, the bridge pickup has clarity and plenty of attack, and there's overall a fullness, a fatness to it. And pairing these together, the balance is absolutely perfect as well. I'm going to throw up a clip of me playing through the various pickup positions with clean and some dirty tones for some unadulterated examples of what these pickups sound like outside of a track or in any way that could kind of be altered. It's really just a straight up comparison so you can hear what they sound like on their own. a lot of players say that a classic PAF in the bridge of like a humbucking guitar, like a Les Paul, sometimes, especially the classic, the real vintage styled versions, they kind of have a Tele-like quality to them, and it's like big and it's clear, and there's a lot of articulation, and that kind of makes sense because, you know, back then Gibson and Fender were trying to kind of have something similar but something different, and players kind of had a certain thing in mind, and that clarity and that brightness and chime that comes through, that in classic PAF pickups, that's a very desirable thing, and in a Tele, that's kind of part and parcel of the tone. So that's really kind of cool to think that they're not that far removed from each other in a certain way. And I'll tell you, these are definitely a bit fatter than the typical Tele pickup. Not anything that's too, like, where you're fighting the low end, or you're going to completely be re-EQing everything to maintain that twang and attack and clarity. It's just bigger, it's more, and that's usually kind of where you realize you may have to dial in your EQ slightly, but nothing radically different than probably what you're used to. And it's absolutely wonderful in this guitar for that. It really does make this a lot more versatile than just a typical Tele twang machine. And you have to also put, you know, if you think about, oh, well, no one really wants a fat Tele sound, Led Zeppelin 1 is all Tele. And in fact, the solo of Stairway to Heaven is all Telecaster as well. And this brings me to the next part. Some players might say these aren't true classic Tele pickups. Well, Teles kind of transcend players and styles. Yes, the Tele has changed a bit over the years, but the concept is still there. It's a workhorse guitar that's very simple. Players like Chrissie Hynde, Danny Gatton, Andy Summers, Roy Buchanan, Jeff Beck, and Joe Strummer, they each found their sound in a Tele, and none of them sound alike in their playing or the kind of music that they make. So what I'm really kind of getting at with these pickups is you get a variety, the whole spread of what a good Tele pickup is. It may not be something very nuanced and quite specific. Some people may say, oh, I want to have that Brad Paisley thing, or I want to have that Buck Owens thing going on. Just start here. You know, don't go too deep into the rabbit hole and the nuances. I was in the same zone, and I said, you know, I'm just going to go with these, and I have not been let down at all with my choice. So if you are looking for a big, bold Tele sound without the hum, this is the way to go. And it gives you that sound that you already like in a Telecaster. It's just not noisy, which is great. So my Tele's all sorted out now. All I really have to do now is play it a lot more. Special thanks to Adam at AF Precision Setups for all the work that he's done on this and letting me compare his Tele as well to let me sort out my pickup choice. That really helped. And how about you guys? Have you modded your Teles? If so, what do you do for pickups? Let us know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Take care.